Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Let me know in the chats. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Greetings, everyone. Let's see who we got here in the chat. Let me know where you are joining from. Hello, Sherry in California. Awesome, awesome. We got Don in Canada. Awesome. Wayne in Texas. Hello, Nina from Atlanta. We got Boston in the house, Indiana, Ontario, Victoria, BC, Belgium. Oh, hey, Sydney, Australia, New Jersey, Northeast Georgia. Thank you for staying up. Again, I know there's no easy time zone that fits everybody. So every time I pick a time, I always get really sweet emails from people of like, oh, I'd love to join, but it'll be in the middle of the night for me. So I'll catch the replay. So thank you all for joining. I'm excited for this. This was something that you all in the poll that we did, the voting, overwhelmingly, you all voted that you wanted this to be the next live session, walking through a lead sheet together. So I'm really excited for it. This should be a lot of fun. What we're going to go over today is stuff that you can apply to many lead sheets, not just this particular song that we're going to break down. So really excited for it. And if this goes well and you all like it, then we can do this for a lot of our lives. I'm just choosing a song, walking through together as a lead sheet. Hey, Ty in Texas, boom. We got Northeastern Kentucky. We got Fraser Valley. We got Australia, England, NC. Awesome. Thank you all so much for joining me. So I hope that you all have, you downloaded the lead sheet. If you got my email, the link is also in the video description. If you're watching this on the replay or haven't downloaded it yet. So you want to download that lead sheet. Okay. So a couple of things before we get going. So what's awesome about doing this is that we all get to be together, right? But we also need to keep in mind we're all at different levels. Okay. A lot of you I've interacted with on virtual lessons or other YouTube videos, which is a lot of fun. And I know that we're all at different levels. I know a lot of us are at sort of the beginner level or intermediate level of piano. So as we walk through this, remember the beautiful part about YouTube is that as soon as the live is done, it instantly saves it as a video that then is kept forever. So you will get to rewatch this as many times as you want. So trying to figure out the speed of how fast or slow we go through this, right? I don't want to move too fast. And then, you know, a lot of you that might be at the beginner level, I don't want it to feel like I'm just overwhelming you with something. I also don't want to move too slow either. So I'm going to try to just pace it as I go and kind of feel the timing, how much we spend on something. But remember, keep in mind that you get to replay this. I don't expect you to just pick this up instantly, right? So it's whatever you can work through with me, and then you have homework and something fun to work on your own when you can rewatch the video, save it, all that fun stuff, okay? Also, if you are sitting at your piano with me and you're gonna try this with me, which I hope you are, let me know. And I also recommend having not just the lead sheet, but also paper and pencil. I'm gonna tell you some stuff for you to write down so you don't have to memorize everything. So that'll be really helpful. And if you're not by your piano, if you just wanna watch and be a part of the festivities, then by all means. All right. Oh, we got Ireland here. Love it, love it. Boulder, Colorado, Ohio, another Canada. Excellent, excellent. Hello in Quebec. Awesome. Sherry's at the piano, ready. I love it. So this is a very, very cool song. This is a great song to try this on. Now, what we're going to do today is I have up here on the screen. It might be a little small, so that's why I want you to have it downloaded. But we're just going to sort of walk through this main section of the song. If you downloaded the lead sheet, the song is actually a full page long. But this section that we're going to go through is kind of the central heart of the song, which is like 80% of the song besides the little bridge section. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through it, and we're going to do it 3 different ways. We're going to go, they're not necessarily from like easy to hard, but it's 3 different levels of it, depending on what your sound is. So I'm going to show you right now all 3 that we're going to get to tonight, okay? So the first one is probably the easiest, and it's like this. So hope you can hear the piano. So this is going to be the first way that I'm going to show you how to play it. that's level 1 of how we're going to do it. And if you notice, each hand was only playing one note at a time. So that route is a great way to go if you're at a beginner level, because we're just going to be one note at a time, and we're going to walk through what all that looks like. The second version is going to be if you specifically want the Elvis version, which is the famous version of the song. The Elvis one is famous for having kind of a rhythm to it. So it's going to be similar to level 1, except it's going to have that rhythm that we're used to. So level 2, which we'll do after level 1, will sound like this. So that's going to be the level 2 version. And then level 3 is going to be, instead of having the left hand doing rhythm in it, it's just going to be chords. And how do we have flushed out chords? So level 3 version will be this. Okay, so we got 3 ways we're going to go about this, all right? Version 1, 2, or 3, okay? So let me know in the comments, out of those 3 that I just showed you, is there one that you're particularly most excited to play? Are you someone that you like the idea of playing it more with chords? Are you someone that likes the idea of having rhythm? Do you like the idea of it just being one note at a time on each hand so it's not too overwhelming? Let me know which one you like, okay? So it's gonna be really fun. Now, first what we're going to do is, all right, we got to vote for 3, 2, 3, 2. Love it. Rhythm, love it. 2, 2, 2. Great. All of the above. Beautiful, beautiful. 1, 1. I love it. We got all 3 numbers present. It's going to be great. What's nice is, because we're doing all 3 levels with the same song, it should actually feel a little bit exponentially faster, because it's the same melody and the same notes of the chords we're working with. We're just organizing the notes in a different way. More votes for 3, 1. Awesome. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna dive into it. First, if you have paper and pencil, here's what we're going to do. The first level of anything, before we do any of those 3, is for you to just know what are the notes that are in the chords. So we have a few chords in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and walk you through each chord, and I'm going to tell you what the 3 notes are in that chord. So if you don't know, you can write it down and then have that next to you, because that's going to be what's really uber important. That's the secret that unlocks everything. Okay, so here we go. We're going to walk through it. Here we go. The first chord, it says F. When you have a lead sheet and it just has the note, that means it's a major chord. Because notice how some of the letters have a little M and some have nothing. When it's major, we don't really have to write a big M or M-A-G or M-A-J. You just put the letter. So F means F major. So an F major chord is F, A, C. Okay? So F, A, C. The second chord you're going to have is A minor, because notice how it has a little M. So that means minor. So A minor is A, C, E. So F major, F, A, C, A minor, A, C, E. The next one, D minor, it's got a little M, so that means it's minor. D minor is D, F, A. D, F, A. The fourth chord in the lead sheet is B flat, so that means B flat major. So those notes are B flat, D, and F. B flat, D, F. Okay? Then the next chord after that is an F major again, which we already have. So that's F, A, C again. The next one is C major, which is C, E, and G. C, E, G. Then the next chord, so now we're at the start of the second line. The next chord is B flat major, which we've already had, B flat, D, F. The next one is a C major chord, which we've already had, C, E, G. The next one is a D minor chord, which we've already had, D, F, A. Now we have a G minor. So a G minor chord is G, B flat, D. G, B flat, D. And then the rest of the chords we've already had. F major we already had, F, A, C. C major we already had, C, E, G. F major we already had, F, A, C. Okay? So that's going to really help you. Now, before we get to chords, let's make sure we all know the melody. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to play you the melody, and I'll even tell you the notes. So again, if you don't know how to play this, or even just playing the melody might take you some time, then this is the section to pause and rewatch when you do the replay. The great thing about the replay is you'll get to go step by step on your own space in time. So the melody starts on F. So it's F, C, F, G, A, B flat, A, C. All right, so listen to that again. This is the top line. F, A, no, F, C, D, G, A, B flat, A, C. Okay, so do that with me. Okay, so I'm going to count off and do it with me if you're at your piano. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. F, C, F, G, A, B flat, A, C. Okay, and then the second line, we jump down from the G, but B flat, A, G, then C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, A, C, F. So that second line again, it has a little quick pickup on the C going into the second line. C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, A, C, F. Okay, so together, here's what both of those lines do. Oh, and also a question about fingering. So for now, we're not really going to worry about fingering because that's going to kind of change once we start adding other notes and chords. So I'm not going to really say there's like a specific fingering to do for now. It's just about getting the notes down. Okay, but great question. Okay, so let's try to do the melody together if you're at your piano. Okay, so we're starting on F. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. F, C, F, G, A, B flat, A, C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, A, G, F. Okay, so how did we do with the melody? All right, let me know in the comments. How are we feeling just about the melody? All right, it's a beautiful melody. What's nice is it doesn't skip around too crazy and it doesn't go fast. So it's a really beautiful melody. Okay, now that we have our melody and we have our chords, all right. Oh, great, Charmaine, feeling great about it. Excellent, excellent, love it, love it. Good, 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 beautiful. Love to hear it, love to hear it. Okay, level 1 is going to be one note at a time. So your right hand is not going to do anything differently. You're just going to play that melody, one note melody. Here's the thing that we're going to do with the left hand. So this is a very common first step of if you're at a lead sheet and you're wanting to do something to have a little bit of interesting left-hand accompaniment. This little trick is something you can do with 99% of the chords. So here's what it is. Every single chord, whether it's major or minor, you are going to remove the middle note from it in the left hand, and you're just going to play the one note and the top note of the chord. So if you've been watching my videos, or if you know chords, you know that we call chords, a major and minor chord, they have 3 notes. So we call them the bottom, the middle, and the top. Or numbers wise, they get called a 1, a 3, and a 5. So for example, the first chord is F major. So in your left hand, you're gonna have FAC. So that's what a normal, typical F major chord is, but we're not gonna play that. But it's good to first play the chord initially to know what you're working with, because we're gonna sort of work backwards. So FAC, that's a major chord. So put your left hand on FAC. Now, what we're gonna do is remove the middle note. So now we just have F and C. Instead of having the middle note, I want you to take that bottom note and then put that an octave higher. So instead of FAC, we're gonna have FCF. So we call this has a couple of different names in music. Sometimes we call it a power chord, a 1, 5, and then what we call an 8, because 8 is basically just an octave higher, a power chord, or sometimes we call it an open chord, meaning we're emphasizing the 1 and the 5 of the chord without the middle. We're gonna do this for every single chord. Now, here's what we're gonna do. You're not gonna play them all at the same time. You're gonna go one at a time. And you're gonna hold the pedal down the whole time. Now, notice though, I need to pay attention to where my right hand is in the melody, because this will help dictate, well, where in the left hand. I got, when I was going through lead sheets with some of my private students this week on piano, they would ask questions of, well, how do I know where, like which octave do I play the left hand? Do I play the left hand up here? Do I put it way down here? The answer to that is, it depends where your right hand is. So for example, if I just play my left hand here, and this is middle C, and I'm playing up here, that's lovely. This sounds beautiful. But my first melody note is this, that F, which means I'm kind of in the way of my left hand. So instead of putting my left hand here, I'm gonna put it down here. So if this is middle C for you, you're gonna play the F, this first chord, down below it, okay? So you're just gonna go 1, 5, 8. So F, C, F, okay? So you're gonna do that with the melody note. So the melody note is F. And you're gonna hold that pedal down throughout it. Okay, now let's go ahead and do the next chord, and then we're going to do the first 2 chords together. So F, the next chord, we're going to do the exact same philosophy. The next chord is A minor. So A minor would be A, C, E in the left hand, but we're not going to play that. We're going to take that C away. We're going to remove the middle note, and we're going to take that 1 note, and we're going to put it up an octave. So instead of A, C, E, we're going to have A, E, A. So just like you had the F, now you do that with the A. And the melody note is that C. So each one you just do once, and because the chord changes, then I'm gonna change the pedal. So I hold the pedal down during this, and then I change the pedal again. Then the third chord, exact same thing. Now the melody note is back down to that F again. Da, da, da. But now the left hand is doing a D minor chord instead of an F major chord. So we go through the exact same thing. We've got, instead of D, F, A, which is that minor chord, we're gonna take away that middle note in the left hand, and we're gonna add that bottom note an octave higher. So we're making these power chords, or those open chords. D, A, D. Now this one I can put up here because my melody note is here, so it's not crashing into my melody note. So look at the journey my left hand has done so far. I had to start down here, this range, but then it got to move up because I wasn't crashing into the melody note. So that's why it's always important, even when you struggle initially putting both hands together, at least when you're figuring out left hand on a lead sheet, it's still good to have your right hand on, okay, well, what note am I playing when I hit the chord? Because that helps dictate where you can put your left hand. Okay, so the first three chords are the exact same thing. It's the same rhythm, same pattern, it's just different chords. So the first three chords sound like this. Okay, so try that with me. All right. Oh, and when you eliminate the middle note, is that the same as an inversion? Oh, great question. Technically, no. An inversion would mean, but this is a really great question. An inversion would mean a note that is not the one note, the bottom of that chord, that's not on the bottom. So that was a weird way to say it. So when you have a chord, so let's take F major chord, right? If it's F, A, C, an inversion means the F is not on the bottom, not the lowest note you're playing. It would mean one of the other two are. So even though we removed the third note, if I play F, A, C, but I take away that third, and instead I have F, C, F, F is still the bottom. That didn't change. So we didn't turn it into an inversion. We just rearranged the notes and kind of made them emptier. If there was a different note on the bottom, like if I was going C, F, C, then that would be an inversion, because whatever my lowest note is, or on the piano, the farthest to the left, it wouldn't be, I'm not doing F, so that would mean it would be an inversion of the F chord. So great question. So yes, it's a 1-5-1. Yes, 1-5-1. Sometimes people call it 1-5-8, because 1-5-1 could be this. So we want to make sure that the third one is like an octave higher than the first one. Okay, let's try the first three chords together if you got your piano, okay? So you're gonna have the F, and then that A, and the D. So let's try it together. We'll go slow. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay? Do it one more time. Now notice how I'm playing. I'm already trying to play it musically. If you've worked with me before or you've watched a lot of my videos, you know I'm very big on, from the get-go, from the first time you're trying to play something, trying to have a human touch to it, because it does actually affect how you learn how to play it. So notice I'm not doing this. That's how my computer would play it. I'm holding the pedal, I'm trying to play softly, I'm trying to have a gentle touch, that gentle touch I talk a lot about. I'm trying to play it beautifully, right? Because this, that's fine. I don't know if I'd call that beautiful. This, that's beautiful. But I didn't change any notes, I'm just changing the touch that I try with it. So try to play it softly with the pedal and try to make it beautiful, okay? So here we go. First three chords with me. 1, 2, ready, go. Yeah, just doing that is already beautiful, right? A lot of times beginner piano students think I have to learn tons of notes before I can start to sound beautiful. Just doing this one note at a time in each hand, that still sounds beautiful if you play it with a beautiful touch. Now, let's go on to the fourth chord. So the next chord is B flat. So our melody is on this B flat, because we just did. Where that G, A, B flat, that's where the B flat major chord comes in. So we're gonna do the exact same philosophy we've been doing. First, we just play a B flat major chord in our left hand, which is B flat, D, F, but then we turn it into that power chord or that open chord. So we're gonna take that middle note away. So we're gonna take away the D. Instead, we're gonna add that B flat on top. So we have B flat, F, B flat. And it's the exact same thing. Yeah? So we've got yeah? Now notice the melody has those eighth note pickups, so I don't start the B flat when I play after wise men say. I don't play the B flat right on the next note. I wait until I've reached that B flat because that's where my lead sheet tells me the chord starts. Okay, so we just did B flat. Next one, F major, we've already done this. So we go back to what we had before with F major, that F, C, F again. Now, it's just a different melody note. So the melody note is A. So we're on the word rush. So we did B flat, F, and then C, exact same thing. Our melody note is G, and in our left hand, we've got C major, which is C, E, G, but we're gonna take away that middle note, take away the E, we're gonna add C from the bottom on top, so we have C, G, C. So when we had that B flat, F, and then C, it sounds like this. All right, now it definitely will take practice if you're not used to this of how do I keep jumping around and you get in spot in the space you need to, and hopefully not have awkward gaps or silences trying to change chords. That's where the pedal comes in, and that's where it's great to practice. It's even great to practice of trying it with the left hand and the melody together. It's tricky. Then just try going through the chords just with the left hand first. Yeah, just try one hand at a time and then put them together. So now we're on the second line. So we're back to a chord we've already had before, B flat major. So in the left hand, it's going to do the exact same thing we did before. Instead of B flat, D, F, you're going to go B flat, F, B flat. But the melody note is now down here on a D. But I... Okay. Then the next melody note, E, has a C. We've already learned C, which was C, G, C. We turned C, E, G into C, G, C. So that measure 5, the I can't. And then exact same thing for the D minor. So we already learned D minor. Instead of D, F, A, it was D, A, D. And the melody note is F. So just those three, the I can't help, this is beautiful because they're moving together. Each one is just moving up. The melody note is moving up one note, and the chords are moving up one note. Right? Isn't that beautiful? Such a beautiful, simplistic melody and chords, but so gorgeous. So the final little line we have, this is where we're going to do something different. Now, doing this type of stuff where we have, like you're trying to add some rhythm to the left hand. Now, if the right hand, if your melody starts to have rhythm in itself, then you may not want to try to force rhythm in the left hand, and it feels like you've got two different rhythms trying to clash. So because the melody now has this quarter note triplet, which has a rhythm to it, I can't help. Because that melody, da 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 da, that's already sort of a very specific type of rhythm. I don't really want to get in the way of that. So on that G minor, I'm going to make a decision of I'm not going to do this pattern I've been doing. Because if I try to add movement, it could get a little funky, especially if you're at a beginner level. So instead, you have some choices. You could just play the actual chord, G minor chord. Or if you're wanting to stick with this whole, my left hand's only playing one note at a time, you could just pick a note from the G minor chord to play. So G minor is G, B flat, D. It starts where the melody is on a G. So the melody is going G, A, B flat. So you could just pick one note if you want one note in each hand. So maybe I wouldn't do G, because I already have G in the right hand, so that's kind of a little boring. Maybe I would do the B flat, which that could sound nice. So it's up to you if you want to do a full chord or just one note. Okay, and then the last three notes, we're back to easy land again, because it's F, which we already had, which was F, C, F. The melody note is an A. Da, 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 da. And then we have C, which we've done already, which was C, G, C, with the melody on G. And we're back to F again. It's just the melody goes down to F. So you're kind of doing the same chords over and over in the song, which is why it's a really nice song to practice with a lead sheet. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna run through the song, all right? I'm gonna do it twice through in this way. So again, whatever speed you're at, if you're able to do it with me, fantastic. If you're like, I need to practice this for hours, totally fine. Just try to do something. Maybe if it's gonna be too hard for you to do one, then pick one to do with me right now. Either just play the melody with me, or just play the left hand with me, okay? So let's try it, all right? So here we go. Remember, be patient with yourself. Don't expect perfection. Just be patient with yourself. Meet yourself where you're at, okay? So we're gonna run through it twice. Question. What does the horizontal line with a 3 in the middle mean? What does a, so that is what we call a triplet. It's a rhythmic idea. So it's just saying what the rhythm of it is. When I said how that one section has rhythm to it. So technically a triplet means you have 3 notes over the amount of beats that normally 2 of those would get. So in a theory nerd, it means we've got 3 quarter notes over 2 beats. But if you're not a music theory person, just ignore that. It's just saying that space has an interesting rhythm to it. Okay, so here we go. Try it with me. Here we go, the whole thing, both lines. 1, 2, ready, go. Isn't that so beautiful? You can have something beautiful and it just be simplistic. So if that's kind of pushing you to that's the biggest level you could do right now, it's already beautiful. It's already beautiful, right? We don't have to add a bunch of stuff to it, even though we can and we will. You don't have to. So let's do it one more time, okay? All together. And then we'll look at what the second version is, which is more of the Elvis version of it, which is my grandmother's favorite version. So here we go. Oh, great. Mercedes says they did it. Love it. We're going to do it again. And then I want you to tell me in the chats how you did. Okay, so again, if you can try both, try it. If you're not able to do both right now, then pick one of the hands to try with me. And remember, pedal for each chord, try to play it softly and sweetly. We're not going to be computers. We're going to be human beings with heart playing this, okay? Make it beautiful. Simplicity can be gorgeous. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, so that's level 1. Okay, so the great thing is level 2 is almost that exact same thing. It's not going to be hard to adapt to level 2 because we're just going to add we're going to add 2 small things to it. So first, let me know, how did you do with this one? How does it feel to do that, right? So this type of philosophy, that 158, you can try this on so many lead sheets, okay? I promise you it works, especially when stuff is meant to be sort of slow and pretty. Just take a chord and turn it into 158, and it'll be beautiful. So let me know in the comments how we do. Great, we got an awesome, we got a heart. Yes, triplet. I'll do better tomorrow. Hey, it's totally fine, right? Again, that's what's great. You'll be able to replay this over and over. Love the phrase, keep repeating, make it beautiful. Yes, it is, of course. If we are not humans trying to be a human at a piano to make beautiful music, then what are we doing, right? I'm constantly telling my students every single day, stop being a computer. Do what my computer can't do. My computer can play the right note and play the right melody and the right rhythm with the right chords. My computer cannot give it any sort of a heart or a soul. No AI program can do that. No computer can do that. It takes a human. So be a human. All right. Oh, thank you, Dan. I'm glad you're enjoying the lesson. Thank you for the hearts. Okay. So level 2, the Elvis version. It's the exact same. Nothing is going to change in your right hand, and only 2 small things are going to change in your left hand. It is a bit of a step up, meaning if I had to say, is it a little harder or easier than level 1? It's a hair harder, but it's really not that much harder. It's just another way to practice it. So right hand isn't going to change. You're just going to do the same melody we just did. The Elvis version is famous for having that rhythm. So we got to make that rhythm with the piano. The way we're going to do that is we're not going to remove the middle note. Instead, what we're going to do for every chord is do a full arpeggio. So what we've been doing so far, this whole one note at a time, that's an arpeggio. When you play notes of a chord, but one at a time, you're making it an arpeggio. A full arpeggio is doing all 3 notes, 1, 3, 5, plus adding the 8. So we're adding that bottom note as an octave higher, like what we had before with level 1, but now we're putting the middle note back into it. So for the first chord, F major, instead of F, C, F, it's now all the notes, F, A, C, F. So we are adding back the middle note, so that's one thing we're adding. And then the second thing is the rhythm of it. Now we're going to go up and down. All right, and it's going to have that rhythm. Ba, 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 ba. So if I'm doing the first chord with the melody note, okay, so it's a full arpeggio. So for example, the A minor, the second chord, exact same thing. We were doing just A, E, A, but now we're adding that middle note back in. So we're going to add the C back in, and you're going to go all the way up the arpeggio and all the way back down. Yeah. So notice too the rhythm, because the way that the melody works with these chords, to make it work, we have to, once you do the 1, 3, 5, 8, 5, 3, you don't go to 1, you've got to go to the 1 of the next chord. So when I go F to A minor, I'm going bottom, middle, top, top, bottom, middle, and then going to the A minor. It's going to be the same thing for the D minor, the third chord. We had D, A, D. Now we're going to add the middle note back in for that D minor chord. So the F is going to be that full arpeggio. Yeah. So the first 3 chords sound like this with the melody. Now, notice the D minor was a hair different in terms of it does get to land on the 1. The first 2 chords I had to go. but that D minor, I do get to go all the way back to the 1. The reason is because the melody is holding longer on the word say. Da, da, da. Because it's held longer, we actually have time to do the full D minor arpeggio. So the first 3 chords sound like this again. Okay, so try that with me, okay? I bet you can do it. Let's try it with me. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, we'll do it one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so again, this is sort of a step up from level 1. So if you're a little like, I don't know if I'm getting this, totally fine. Remember, be patient with yourself. You're gonna get to do the replay and do this step by step. So hang in there with me, don't give up, but it's also okay if like this takes you a little bit. You're doing great, doing great. Okay, oh, question, how to keep the 4/4 timing. So the way to keep it is, excuse me, this rhythm. That's why I'm telling you for each one, are you doing a full arpeggio or are you doing almost a full one? So the F and the A, because we're doing, so in 4/4 time signature, if you want sort of the theory really fast, if you understand theory. So 4/4 time signature, the first 2 chords in the measure, the F and the A minor, each one lasts 2 beats. So what we're doing is, it looks like a lot of notes, but it's over 2 beats because it's actually the Elvis one has a triplet fill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dun, 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 dun. So it has a lot of notes in a beat. So it's like 3 notes in a beat. 1, 2, 3, dun, 2, 3, dun, dun, dun. So if each one is 2 beats, so it's like 6 notes in over 2 beats, or 3 notes in a beat. But don't let the theory confuse you if you're not ready for that. So you can just learn it by the feeling of it. So the first 2 chords, the F and A minor, you don't get to finish it. You've got to jump. Bum, 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 bum. The D minor, you do get to finish. Okay, so practice on your own when you're able to replay and do this for a bit, how to bounce and how to switch. That's the kind of the tricky part. The arpeggio part in itself is not super hard, but getting right into the next one is what takes some practice. Okay, so again, it's totally fine if this is a little bit tricky for you at the moment. All right, I still want you to stick with me and see what the end goal is so you know what the goal is as you're practicing it. So the next 3 chords are going to be the same rhythm. That B flat major, you don't get to go all the way back down to the B flat. So we had B flat, F, B flat like level 1, but you're going to add that middle note back in. B flat, D, F, B flat, F, D. And then you go back to F, which we've had before. F, A, C, F, C, A. So you don't get to finish that one. But then the C is like the D minor because the melody note is longer, so the C, you do get to finish it. So B flat, F, and C are so that first top line, rhythm-wise, you have 2 chords that don't get to go all the way down, and then a chord that does get to go all the way down, and then 2 chords that don't get to go all the way down, and then a chord that does get to go all the way down. So it's the same rhythm. 2 incomplete arpeggios, 1 complete one. 2 incomplete, 1 complete. Okay, so let's do the top line together if you're ready to try it. And again, if you're not able to do it yet, then just play the melody note with me. Okay, if the left hand is something you've got to practice, then just do the melody with me. Okay, here we go. Ready, go. Okay, so it's a little tricky, but you can get it, I promise. I believe in you. I believe in all of you. Okay, so the second line is going to be the exact same philosophy. Okay, so luckily it's a lot of chords we've already learned. So the bottom line is a B flat. We've already done B flat, so we just go back and do that same pattern again in the left hand. B flat, D, F, B flat, F, D. And then the C is the exact same thing we've had before, except it's an incomplete one. And then G minor, which we've had before. So on the bottom note, the first 3 chords are all incomplete ones. So they're all ones that don't get to go all the way back down. Or, sorry. Because then we have to get to the G minor. So the first 3 chords of the bottom line sound like this. Yeah? Listen to it again. Yeah, so that's sort of the end goal, okay? So again, it's totally fine if you're not there yet. This one is a 2.0 version of level 1 that we did. But promise you, you can do it. It gives you something fun to practice. So then when let's finish the song. So we're almost done. Remember when we said that G minor with level 1? It's going to be the same thing of we don't need to really have movement with the G minor left hand because the right hand already has kind of a syncopated rhythmic melody that we don't want to distract from. So we can do what we did with level 1. You can just play a chord. You don't have to do an arpeggio rhythm for that. Okay, so that makes the G minor easy because you don't have to do any funky thing with it. You just play a G minor chord. Yeah, and then we're almost done. There's only 3 notes left, and it's chords we already know. So we're back to F major, to C major, which we've done before, back to F again, and then finish that F. So that last line together sounds like this. This is the goal. Okay, so when you're practicing this, you can go uber slow. Like if this is not easy for you, literally practice it at this tempo. right? Like go as slow as you need to, okay? So now I'm gonna play through the song, both lines, all right, for you to have a goal. And once you are feeling like you're up to it, you can play it with me, okay? So it's still the same concept of we're gonna hold the pedal down during the entirety of each chord, okay? And we're gonna try to play softly. We're gonna try to have a delicate touch. That's always the goal, okay? So let's do it all together, okay? And then we'll move on to the level 3 version. Oh, let me look at some of the comments here too. It's a totally fine, John. John says, I can't do it, but I understand what you mean. No, correction. You can't do it yet. You will. I believe in you, all right? Always believe in yourself. Sherry says, instruction is on point. Thank you. It will be fun practicing this. Thanks so much, always. Of course, yes. This gives you a lot of, it's a fun way to practice, especially with a video with me. I want you to feel like I'm literally just sitting right next to you in your living room with your piano. So you're not alone in this, okay? You're not alone when you practice this stuff. We got, wouldn't it be nicer to play G minor on the bottom line in first inversion? Sure. So if you are at that point that you want to kind of experiment, then please, by all means. What I'm sort of given, what I always give students is sort of a baseline, or here's an initial sort of guide to have fun with. Then please, when you feel comfortable, try it different ways. If you come up with a totally different rhythm or an inversion or a different placement on the keyboard, please, by all means, experiment as much as possible. I love that. And that makes it fun. Once you have learned it all and it feels really solid under your fingers, then I encourage you each time you sit down and play it, try something different, right? For example, what if you played it all up an octave? Yeah, or you try different inversions. Yes, whatever level you're at, keep challenging yourself. Keep making it fun. Keep asking yourself, how can I do something today that's either a little different or a little harder or a little farther along in the journey than I did yesterday? It's all about baby steps, baby crumbs. Oh, Charmaine, great. Oh my, excited to try this. Yes, it's going to be great. Okay, so let me go ahead and run. I'm going to do it twice. So try it with me, okay? If it's too tricky for you, then just try the left hand. And if that left hand rhythm is too hard for you right now in this moment, just play along the melody with me, okay? So here we go. Making sure it works, yep. 1, 2, ready, go. Right? How did you do? All right, we're gonna do it one more time, and then I want you to let me know in the comments how you did. Okay? And be proud of yourselves. This is not easy, okay? If this is a challenge for you. It's definitely a little trickier than level 1 that we did at the beginning. Okay? So we're gonna do it one more time together. All right? Find a way to play something with me, even if it's just the melody. I want you to be here with me, okay? I'm here with you. We're partners in this. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so tell me in the comments, how did you do? All right. So try to remember too, and let me know now that we've done both, which one do you like more? All right. If you can remember all the way back to level 1, first version was. Right. If you remember that, it was more of the simpler one. Level 2 is more of the kind of Elvis rhythm. Yeah, so let me know how you're doing, okay? And at least the third one, the final one we're gonna do, if you remember, this one is a very different philosophy. This is how do we not have rhythm, but we have beautiful, lush chords. So it'll be a nice contrast to what we've been doing so far. So that's coming up here in a minute. Let's see, almost, hey, almost is great. Still doing melody? Absolutely, right? And that's what's fun about doing this. Even if you're at the point that you can just do the melody for now, at least you have something fun to play the melody with. All right, because we're making beautiful music together. All right, a little slow, but we'll get there. Absolutely, absolutely. I do not expect you to just like pick this up during one live session. Even when it's not so good, it sounds pretty good. Yes, listen, you can hit bad notes and still do that in a beautiful way, right? As long as you're always trying to sound beautiful when you sit down at the piano. You can turn anything into trying to sound like a human being, right? That's why even when I talk about scales, right? Students hate practicing scales. Like it's just a boring drill to them. No, 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 no. Make it a beautiful song. Right? Anything can be boring on piano and anything can be beautiful on piano. I really believe that. Getting there, trying to break old habits. Yes, yes. Some of you that I am working with virtually one-on-one, we're in the middle of unlearning some stuff. Yeah, and yes, also just a little plug, if you are interested in doing one-on-one virtual piano lessons with me, I have a link in the video description below that you can get more information on that. Every week I'm doing several one-on-one private sessions with a lot of people here from YouTube, which is awesome. I'm loving working with you all. And you can do one lesson, you can do several, totally up to you. I love working with you all. All right, we got to vote for number 2. I like more version 2. Number 1, yeah, and they're both great, right? It just kind of depends on what you want. Like my grandmother would love number 2 more because that sounds more like the Elvis one she likes. I have a little bit of a tendency to go towards number 1. I like the more simplistic rhythm. So they're both wonderful. And like if I was hired to play this for a gig, I might completely change how I play it each time because it's sort of based on if I know, for example, if I know the people, like if I'm playing this for a wedding, right, and I know that they're big Elvis fans, then I'll definitely make sure that I would play it with, even if I'm playing a lot with it, that I would still do the Elvis rhythm, right? Right, like even when I'm adding a bunch of stuff, I'm still keeping in mind my brain is feeling what the rhythm is. Versus if I was improvising and doing stuff with it, but it's that simple melody. Right? Even if I'm improvising or trying to fill it out, I'm still keeping in mind what are those rhythms that I'm doing. All right? Will you be teaching the other half? Oh, great question. So I'm not doing, because basically the song just does this again. It's just the little bridge part. I may try to, at the end, depending on how long it takes, try to do a little bit with you on the bridge, but it's just hard to fit a whole song in here at once. But I wanted to give you at least like the main part. But I can kind of give you a little thing about the bridge. Actually, I'll just say this really fast. I'll take 1 minute to show you how I would approach the bridge for you. So with the bridge, this is an example of, because the melody on the bridge all of a sudden gets a lot more rhythmic. So the melody on the bridge is... that melody has a lot more of like a punch and a rhythm to it. So for you all, I don't want you to try to play a bunch of stuff. I would just do more chords. So you can do open chord. So if like that A minor, an open chord would be instead of A, C, E, A, E, A, E, A. For that E7, an E7 is E, G sharp, B, D, but I would take away that middle note again and just have E, B, D. So you can kind of just do that, like. It kind of does the same thing, all three of those lines on the bridge. Also, I know the bridge isn't on the screen, but if you have the lead sheet pulled up that we're working on, you can download it. That's how I would approach the bridge. And then that D7, I would take away a D7 is D, F sharp, A, C. I would take away the F sharp and just have that D, A, C. And then G minor, C7. I would take away the E from the C7. So the bridge has a little more to it, but it can actually be easier on your left hand. Just play basic like chords or the open chords and just let the melody, because the melody is busier, just let the melody shine. And it goes back to what we know. Okay, so let's dive into the final one. All right, so we're already a little past an hour. So thank you so much for sticking with me. All right, let's do the third one. Now, this shouldn't be super hard because we're just gonna look at, if you remember at the beginning of this live session, I had you write down what are the notes of the chords. This is where that's gonna also come in really handy. It's gonna be very handy. So we're gonna go through each chord with the melody note, and here's what we're gonna do. So first melody note is F. Wise, okay? And it's an F major chord. Here's how we're going to fill them out and make lush chords out of them. We're gonna do this same bullet point. So here's a checklist you're gonna do, and this is something you can do with chords on most lead sheets. So put your right hand just on the melody note, because it's important to know what the melody note is. In the left hand, first, take what the chord is, the basic chord. So if it's F major, F, A, C, we're gonna do what we've done before. We're gonna remove that middle note. Instead, we're gonna add the bottom note on top. So this one, you're doing what we did before in the first version, except instead of doing them one at a time, now you're gonna play them together. So F, C, F in the left hand. In the right hand, you want to start to ask yourself, do I have all the notes present in the chord? And if not, I need to add them to my right hand. So if an F major chord is F, A, C, then I need to look at my hands. Do I have an F somewhere? Yes, I got 3 of them actually. Do I have an A somewhere? Nope, I don't. Do I have a C somewhere? Yep, there. So I need to add an A. So I'm gonna add it in my right hand, but it has to be below the melody note. So to the left of the melody note. So if my melody note's this, I can't add this A, even though it's close. I've got to add the A all the way down here. Now, that has a pretty big gap in the right hand, so I want to fill that in too. Here's something that some of you who work with me privately have heard me say. When we're filling out these lush chords, here's the fun way to view it. The whole piano is a family, right? All the keys are a family. The right hand are siblings, the left hand are cousins. What do we mean by that? Siblings are closer than cousins are. In the right hand, we can have more notes and the notes can be much closer together. Left hand, we want probably less notes and that we want distance between them. So this is good because there's distance. This, in the right hand, we had the melody note, we added A. That's a lot of distance. I want more notes. We want more notes in the right hand. So then I go, okay, what's another note from the chord I can add? Well, I can add a C here. So now I do have somewhat of an inversion in my right hand because I'm not playing F, A, C, but it just happened the way the cookie crumbles, where my F was my melody note, so the other notes I added to the left. So now my right hand is playing F, and then C below that, and then A below that. So I have this. So I took it from F major chord in left hand, one note in the right hand, and I balanced it. I spread the left hand out more by taking that middle note away and having that 1, 5, 8, and I added more in the right hand under the melody. We always want the melody note to be the highest because that's what we will hear. Any audience listening to music will always hear the top note or the highest note as the melody note. Then, once we have that, we're gonna add one more thing to make it lush. So if you have been watching a lot of my videos, you know I'm a big fan of adding notes. So last week I did a video where if we have a major chord, add this number, and if it's a minor chord, add this number. We're gonna do that. It's going to be, if we have a major chord, we're going to add the 2. If it's a minor chord, we're going to add the 7. So what that means is, when you look at any major chord, so we're on F major, F, A, C. Well, F, A, C, that's 1, 3, 5. The 2 added to note is what note is in between the bottom and the middle. So for an F major chord, it's a G. So we're gonna add that in the right hand as well. So my left hand is F, C, F, what we've had before. My right hand has the melody note, and then underneath it, I added C and A from the chord, and I'm gonna add G, that added 2. So look, I've actually got 4 notes in my right hand because they sound gorgeous together. And I'm gonna then have the left hand. And when you do it, and you give it a little bit of a ripple, which I did a video on earlier this week or last week, instead of playing all the notes together at the exact same time, do a little bit of it's like a hint of a ripple or a rolled chord. It's like a harp. It's a beautiful, instantly turns chords into beautiful, lush stuff. F, so left hand, F, C, F, right hand, F, melody note, then below that, C, G, A. Okay? So, oh shoot, my camera just freeze. Hold on, sometimes it does this. Pause for 1 second, please. Technical difficulties. Rude. Hold on. If I do this, does this reset it? Hold on. Gotta love tech. Oh, thank you, Carolyn. I'm also seeing the note too. Hold on. Stand by. Stand by. I love tech. I love it so much. Okay, hold on. Does anyone else feel like technology is not your friend at times? Listen, I was teaching at the university the other day that I teach at, and in the middle of teaching, the computer just crashed on campus. Okay. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna add. Sorry people, hold on, trying to fix it. Okay, well, I got the camera working. Can you hear the piano? Did the audio go out on it? It looks like the camera's working again. Let me know what the audio is sounding like. Great, so you can hear audio's working? Great, perfect, thank you. Okay, on my end, it looked like it had crashed. Okay, sorry about that. Back to it. So, first chord is that. So F, C, F, and then right hand. F, C, A, G. Okay, now that was a long time to explain the first chord, but we're gonna do that for every single chord. So it actually kind of makes it easier. So, thank you all. Thank you for letting me know. So, the next chord, A minor, we are going to do the exact same philosophy. So first, we put our finger on the melody note. it's a C. Then we look at our left hand. Okay, it's an A minor chord, which would be A, C, E. Now we're going to start to do stuff. I'm going to take away that middle note. I'm going to turn it into that open chord, that power chord. Yeah. Then I'm going to have that. I'm going to have the open chord, power chord in the left hand, melody note in the right hand. Then I ask myself, am I missing any note from the chord? So do I have an A somewhere? Yep, I got a couple. Do I have a C somewhere? Yes, in the melody. Do I have an E? Yep. Okay, well that's great. All the notes are present. But now we want to add stuff in the right hand. We never want the right hand to have less notes than the left hand. Well, 95% of the time. So let's start to add stuff in the right hand. So I go, okay, what other notes from the chord could I add to below the melody? So if the notes are A, C, E, and I've got a C, then I could add an A underneath. I can add an E underneath. So what are the other notes from the chords I can add under the melody? And then to give it that lushness, right? You like how I shake my shoulders every time I say the word lush? Remember, we're going to add a special note. If it's a major chord, we're going to add the 2. But if it's a minor chord, we're going to add a 7. So this is a minor chord, so we're going to add a 7. Now, when I say that for minor chords, it means what we call a minor 7. So the way you find that note is whatever your top note is that you're playing, which is the 1 of the chord. So if it's A minor, I'm playing an A, you go down 2 notes, 2 half steps. All right, so whatever the very next note on the piano is. So look at my finger here. If I'm on A, then I'm going to go down 2. Whatever the very next notes are, black or white. So if I'm starting on A and I go down 2, it's a G. So the 7th is going to be a G, but I'm going to add it in the right hand. So my left hand has that open chord, A, E, A. My right hand has that melody note, C, and then A, E, which we've added, and now we add that 7. So we're going to add the G here because it's under the melody note. That has a beautiful, lush sound to it. Yeah. And yes, thank you. Shout out to IT. Yes. Love it, love it. So the first 2 chords sound like this. Oh, so beautiful. And then the next one, exact same philosophy. So melody note is F, D minor, we make D the power chord. So D, also on the keyboard I'm using for this video, this D is a little stuck and doesn't work. So that's why you hear a word clinking sound when I try to hit it. I have to like hit that one hard. But imagine that D down there. Then I ask myself, okay, what notes can I add to the right hand? I want to add other notes from the right hand, as long as it's under the melody. So I've got F. Other notes from the D minor chord are D, and then A. So I can have that. So D, A, D, and then right hand, F, D, A. And then to make it that lushness, we're going to add that special note because it's a minor chord. It's going to be that 7. So how do I find that 7? I look at, well, what's the bottom note? So a D minor chord, the bottom note's a D. If I take a D and I go down 2 notes on the piano, whatever the very next 2 are, a C. So I'm going to add a C. So D with that in the right hand. So it's a really beautiful chord. So left hand, this stupid D is killing me. Down here, D, A, D, and then the right hand, F is the melody note, and then underneath it, D, C, A. Beautiful. So we've got really beautiful lushness. I love it. Okay, and no, there's not going to be a pop quiz. All right, you're gonna get this. I promise. Again, that's what's going to be great about you get to rewatch this over and over as soon as the live stream ends. So trust me, I don't expect you to just get it instantly, but still stick with me. Okay, so now every chord we're going to do that exact same philosophy. So the next one, melody note, is a B flat, and now we have a B flat major chord. So we do all the same steps. we turn in the left hand B flat major into that open chord that we've been playing now for a while. So B flat, F, B flat. In the right hand, I figure out what fun notes can I add under the melody note, because they always have to go to the left of the melody note, under the melody note. So I can have B flat. Then what are the notes from the chord? Well, if the chord is B flat, D, F, well, I've got a B flat. I could add an F and I can add a D. And then that icing on the cake, I want to add the shimmer, right? So it's a major chord this time. So remember, major chords, I'm going to add the 2. So I figure out, well, what's the 2 note? I look at what's the major chord? So B flat, D, F, and then that 2 is what's in between the bottom and the middle. So for this, it's going to be a C. So I'm going to add that C, but it has to be below the melody note, which means I can't do the C up here because that's higher than the melody note. So I've got to put the C down here. So now I've got, can you hear that shimmer? Oh, it's so beautiful. B flat, F, B flat. Okay. Then, next one, F again. So we've already figured this out. Left hand is F, C, F, except now the melody note is A. So that means underneath the melody note, it's just other notes. What can I add? So an F is in the chord, a C is in the chord, and then I add the second, which we already said was a G. B flat. So beautiful. And then the C, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to play it, and I want you to look at the screen for a minute and see, can you tell what I just did? For the next one, I'm going to play this. It's a C major chord. Can you tell what I did, how I did those things we just talked about? Look at what I am doing in my left hand. Look what I'm doing in my right hand. I've got C, G, C in the left hand, G on the top for melody. Remember, a C major chord is C, E, G. So, left hand, I turned it into that open chord. Right hand, I put notes from the chord under the melody note. So if melody note was G, I put E and C under it, because those are the other 2 notes of the chord. And I added that magic note, that shimmer note, because it's a major chord. I added the 2, which is a D. Because in a C major chord, D is the note that's between the bottom and the middle. So that top line, once you practice this, and again, it's a great goal to practice, even if it takes you a while, that first line sounds like this with these lush chords. Isn't that beautiful? It's so lovely. I love lush chords just as much as I love beautiful rhythm. Okay, so let's finish it because I know this is getting long. So the next one, B flat, it's the exact same thing. We've got that open chords, B flat, F, B flat. Now, notice though how my melody note is low. My melody note's D. So what happens when the melody note is that low? Then you need to push your left hand lower because you need to have room to add stuff. But now notice what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this. What did I take away in my left hand? I'm not doing an open chord now. I'm not doing B flat, F, B flat. I took away that F and I'm just doing the 1 note in octaves, because the lower we get, the less notes we need in the left hand because it gets muddy. So once we get that low, I'm only just going to play the 1 note in octaves. So I'm just going to play the B flat in octaves. And then my right hand, I have that melody note, D. And then what 2 notes from a B flat major chord could I put under it? A B flat, an F. And then that magic special added note, it's a major chord, so we're going to add a 2. And we've said before that the added 2 for this was a C. So I've got that in the right hand. In the left hand, just octave B flat, because it's that low. C is going to be the exact same thing. I'm just going to have C in the octave because it's got to be low on the piano. I've got my melody note E in the right hand, the other two notes of C major chord underneath the melody. So C and G, and then that added magic note. I feel like I have to shimmy now every time I do it. That added second, because it's a major chord, we said that that added second note was a D. So we got that. And the D minor is the exact same thing again. So because my B flat was in octaves and my C's in octaves, I'm going to put the D in octaves. With this stupid keyboard that I have to hit that D really hard. I got my right hand melody note, and then what are the other two notes from the chord my right hand can play? D, A. Now remember, a minor chord, we're not going to add a 2, we add the 7. So how do we find the 7 from the minor chord? Remember, you go to that one note, so a D minor, 1 would be D, and then you go down 2, whatever the next notes are. So if I start on D, 1, 2, it's a C, so I'm going to add a C. So F melody note, D and A, the other two notes of the chord underneath it, plus a C, and then the G in the left hand. So those three chords. Then G minor, this is the rhythm one again. So in this one, you can just play a G minor chord in the left hand if you want. Or you can do this. You can just have G in the octaves again to make it easier. And then when you hit that first G on the melody, on the word fall, falling, just hit D and B flat. So they're the two notes of a G minor chord. Because the melody is more complicated, you can make the chord simpler. And then let's finish it. So we got that melody note. We've got F. We've already said the left hand for F would be F, C, F, that open chord. My melody note is A, so I'm going to add the other two notes underneath it, F and C underneath it, and then it's a major chord, so I'm going to add the 2, which we've already said before when we had F was going to be that G. Beautiful. And then so close, we're so close to being done. The C major. I'm going to put the C in octaves again down here. The melody note is G. So I've got G, and then underneath it, what are the other two notes of a C major chord? E, C, and then that added magic note, the shimmer. If it's a major chord, it's the 2, and we already said the added 2 for a C major chord was D. So F, C, and then the final one, we're going to go back to what the first chord was because it's the same chord and the same melody note, which is F, C, A, G in the right hand. And then I'm just going to put F in octaves down here because it's the final chord. So it's nice to end low. So this is a lot. This is why I call this level 3. We didn't open with this one, but this is a great goal if you like the idea of being able to play more notes together and trying to play like really lush chords. This is a great thing to try. Now, again, I do not expect you to just instantly get this. You can just try like one chord at a time, all right? But it's a great goal to have. And I love giving you different options for goals. So level 1 was a totally different sound. Level 2 has a different sound. And level 3, I'm gonna play it for you now so you have a goal to hear what it sounds like. And again, play it with me. At least just play the melody with me, okay? This takes longer to learn. That's why I called it number 3, the ending one. But it's a beautiful goal to work with. So I'm gonna play it and you play along with the melody and hear this lushness. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, it's lushness. So you have 3 different ways of doing this, and it all depends on what level you're at. So if the lush chords seem just like light years away for you, then don't worry about it. You go back to level 1, which was also beautiful, the simplistic. Right? It's all about meeting yourself where you're at, and then once you've tried one thing, then try another thing, okay? Be patient with yourself. All of you are at different levels, which is why I wanted to show you different versions of this. An easier version, a sort of medium hard version, a harder version, so you have different goals to look up to, okay? But let me know in the comments now, did you like this? So this was kind of longer, but do you like lives being this, where we take a lead sheet, a song that you all vote on, and we kind of just dissect it, and I walk you through, this is how I would do it, whether it's like a super easy way of doing it or a little harder or even harder to give you goals. All right, because I'm here for you all. I want it to be what you like. All right, especially with these lives, because the lives can be anything I want it to be. So we've done concerts, we've done Q&As, we've done lead sheet breakdowns. It's a lot of fun. So please let me know how this is going. Thank you, Donnie. Great lesson, Matt. Thank you. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you for a great lesson. Thank you. Can you recommend a good source for download? Oh, yes. This question I get asked a lot. The easiest way is to go to Google, type in a song title, and then add the word lead sheet. Usually the websites that are going to come up are musicnotes.com, sheetmusicdirect.com, Scribd, MuseScore. But a lot of it is on musicnotes.com. That'll be the one that probably pops up. They do charge. It's usually a couple of bucks, but if it's a song you love and you know you'd love to sit and learn it and play it, then it's worth, a couple of bucks. But that's usually the best one to find lead sheets on. Matt, you're a patient, encouraging magician. Oh, thank you so much. Mary likes it. Take some time. Yes, of course. Finding those seconds, but worth it. Absolutely. And once you discover how beautiful you start to feel when you play it, it's worth the extra time, right? Does it add extra time to add magic notes and the lush notes, right, for every chord? Yeah. But once you do it and you hear how gorgeous it is, was it worth the extra, 5 minutes per chord to practice? Yeah. Once you do it, you're going to be so glad you did, right? The easiest route isn't always the most beautiful route, okay? It can be easy and beautiful, but, believe in yourself, challenge yourself. Tony, definitely a great way to learn lead sheets and the mini styles and levels. Oh, thank you so much, Tony. John, thank you for your time. Best teacher ever. Oh, thank you all. That means a lot to me. You all give me so much amazing comments in my YouTube videos. I love it. And truly, it means the world to me, because I'm always trying to figure out what you all want, what's going to be helpful, because all of you are at different levels of your piano journey. And it's hard when I make videos to be like, is this going to help someone? Is this too easy, too hard? Is this, that's why I like doing multiple videos a week, because hopefully maybe not every video is sort of geared for you where you're at, but hopefully at least one of them is. Dan, this was awesome. Thank you. Oh, thank you. A better understanding of how to play a lead sheet. Excellent. Yeah, a lot of the stuff we did today, and you'll notice if we do more of these, it's kind of the same philosophies. It's just now you adapt it to a specific song. I do really want to do more of this. It became very clear from the surveys that you all really, really want to dive into lead sheets, and I'm all for it. That's one of my favorite things to do with students. Lead sheets are so, so great to practice. So I'm a huge fan of them. So I do think lead sheets are going to become a big part of my channel, whether I do them in live sessions like this, and I also make videos, standalone videos based on it. Even some of you have been so sweet and started to join the memberships as a way to support the channel if you want to help me, because it's not free. It costs, costs sort of time and money to run the YouTube channel, which is fine, and I love giving stuff. But if you like supporting the channel, I'll also probably in the future make some more lead sheet content for those people as well. But lead sheets, I really feel like lead sheets are gonna be a big part of the channel moving forward, because it became crystal clear that you all really, really that's a great thing you want to learn, and I'm all for it. It's probably my favorite way to learn piano, so I am here for it, totally. So, thank you. Thank you, young Pin. Matt, you're the best teacher I've ever met. Thank you so much. That literally means the world to me. Teaching is my heart. I really do mean that. I constantly make the joke, if I won the lottery tomorrow and won $10 million, I would still teach the next day. I don't just do this for a job. I truly love teaching. All of the people that really influenced my life, besides my family, were my teachers, and I always promised myself I would pay it forward. And I love trying to get people as excited as I am because I love music so much. So I want to get you excited to learn how to play music, especially piano players. I hate when grown adults, feel like they missed the boat because, well, I didn't do music in school. I hate that. That's so not true. Absolutely not true. Claire, thank you. Really good idea. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the different levels. Yeah, and let me know. I know that definitely makes it longer, and maybe next time I'll just do 2 levels so it's not so long. And because initially I was just going to do one, and then I thought, well, but if I do that, that means everyone only gets that one version. And what if you're not at that level? Either it's too easy or too hard. So I like the idea of at least having a couple of different versions. So then whatever level you're at, one fits you. Or if you can do both, then dealer's choice, and you can like it. You can pick which one you like. Richard, thanks so much. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Mary, yes, include all levels and amazing. Not easy to do, but it worked great. Thank you so much. Yes, and again, I don't expect you to just instantly do this. This is why this would be really hard if lives weren't saved. If it was just sort of streamed once and then it just disappeared, then that would be hard because there's no way for you to remember everything we just went over, right? Like, that's impossible. So it's wonderful that they just get saved as a normal video. So you can save these videos, go through them, go step by step each time, and you can skip over the level that you didn't love or you thought wasn't at where you're at, and then just focus on yours. Awesome. Thank you all so much. This has been such a joy. It'll be fun to figure out what lead sheets to do next. There are lead sheets that are harder than others, so I purposely am trying to think about when you all did the survey and I had you vote and I had you all choose. I gave you 4 options. I purposely chose 4 random options, but all 4 were sort of at this level. Like, they weren't crazy complicated chords or really hard melodies. So I do try to be smart about if we're going to do this, for the channel, which I love the idea of, that I promise you I'm not just like randomly choosing a lead sheet. I have a whole library of lead sheets, but I'm not just closing my eyes and randomly choosing one. I'm really thinking about like what is a good one for you all in terms of what the melody is doing, the chord, the key signature. Is this a good one to learn on? So I'm always trying to think about that. Oh, and Dan, welcome to the bronze level. Thank you so much. I think I missed a couple of you. I think a couple of you joined, which I really, really appreciate. And again, all of this is totally free. I'm not saying you must join, but it is a wonderful way if you'd like to have a cheap way to support the channel and what I'm doing. It really does help. And as we get more members, then I promise I'll reward you by doing members only content just for you. I'll still do all the free YouTube stuff, but you'll get even more like special stuff, like your own videos or your own stuff, which I'm really excited to build. So it really does help me to just kind of, I promise you every penny of the memberships goes directly back into the channel. I absolutely promise you that. Great idea with all the levels. Thank you. I'm so glad you did. Ooh, Unchained Melody. That's on my list. That almost made it as one of the 4. So I see you. I see you. I love Unchained Melody. I Can't Make You Love Me. Beautiful one, beautiful one. Yeah, I think what I'll probably do is, well, when I do the YouTube surveys, I can only put 4 at a time. When I do a Google form, I can do as many as I want. So I'll try to think about the next survey if I want to put it on YouTube, because in some ways that's easier and faster to vote, but I only get to do 4 options. So you tell me, should I do the next survey on YouTube where it's easier to just click and vote really fast, but I can only choose 4 songs, so I just choose 4 random ones? Or should I do what I've done in the past to a Google form survey where you have to open a link to a Google form, but I can list more songs and you can click like more than one option? You tell me. What is a Google form? Do you like Google form because I can list more songs and you can choose more than one song that you like? But it makes you open a Google form, which can be like one extra annoying step. Or do you like the idea of when I put the surveys just on YouTube? Which one, let me know, which one is less of a hassle, or which one do you like more? Oh, thank you, Dan. Oh, Danny Boy is another beautiful one. Danny Boy has a couple of little tricky stuff, but it's not too difficult. So I think Danny Boy could be on there as well. Absolutely. Yeah, let me know what you all are thinking. I also am so touched that you all have stayed on this long with me. It's great. 4 at a time is fine. Awesome. YouTube, great. Yeah. I started with Google Forms, and then you'll notice the last few surveys I switched them over to YouTube because I thought it might just be easier because it does seem quicker. You just click a dot really fast. Four to choose from. Okay, yes, thank you for the input. This is good. So yeah, I'll keep it to the YouTube. I think that works better because I'm all for just what's the fastest for you all. So let's go ahead and wrap this up because you all, I've kept you hostage this whole evening. So thank you all so much. I'll figure out, we'll do this again. We'll make the next live another lead sheet because I think you all made it clear you really like that and find value in it. So I'll figure out song choices for the next one. I'll let you all vote on them. So be looking for that. Also be looking for more YouTube videos. I have one posted yesterday and I'll have another one that gets posted, I think, tomorrow in the morning, and then probably one Friday. I think I'm gonna get in the habit of my videos are gonna be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then lives somewhere in between them. All right, so thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing, beautiful week. I really do. And I hope that you have enjoyed this, and let me know, keep me updated, even in just the YouTube video comments, even if it's not about the video. Let me know, like, are you practicing this? How did this go? How's the lead sheet going? Or let me know in the comments of this video once this becomes a video. Okay? So thank you all so much for joining me. I so appreciate you. I hope you have had a blast. I've had a blast. Okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and say goodnight, say goodbye. Thank you all for those of you that became members. I really appreciate that as well. And be thinking about other songs. If I put songs that you don't like, feel free to email me or put song selections in comment section on YouTube videos, because I see all those too. Let me know like some of the songs you'd love for me to add to the list of lead sheets. All right, what's your favorites? And any genre counts, any of them. All right, thank you all so much. Good night, Dawn, good night, Sherry, good night, Charmaine, good night, Mary. Yes, time for sleep. Good night, Daniel. Good night, Young Pin. Buenas noches, Eddie. Yes, thank you all. Okay, thank you all so much. You have my heart. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and shut off and say goodnight, and I will see you later. And check out my video from yesterday if you haven't yet, and check out the video that's gonna be posted tomorrow. Okay, have a wonderful, blessed evening, everybody. Bye.